Looking to pick up your very own custom sleeves? Well, look no further. Go to yourplaymat.com where you can choose to have your very own image on the back of sleeves, or you can choose from their amazing range of pre-designed artwork ready and waiting for you. Get them shipped directly to your door and use the affiliate link and discount code down below to get 10% off. What are you waiting for? Go and grab your custom sleeves from yourplaymat.com.
What's up YouTube, Dal here from Z4 Games, and today I am bringing you a tutorial test hand video of learning to play the King's Court competitive profile that I showed you guys the other day. So this is the non-God version. This is pretty much just warrior spam, using and abusing what the Joker cards kind of bring to the deck and going from there. So with all of that out of the way, we are going to shuffle up and we're going to do our standard test hands of going first and going second, starting with, after a very decent cut and shuffle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That hand is absolutely broken. Now, you've got a way of baiting out hand traps. The clash you've got in the hand is these two here. But ultimately, what you can do is by using Imperial Boa, straight away you bait out the Ash. Like, your opponent now has to Ash you, because if they choose not to, then you're able to go, like, you'll get your Imperial Boa combo to get you 2 monsters on board. Then that's where the Galaxy Soldier combo comes in, and if they stop that with an Ash Blossom, you go, cool, absolutely fine, Joker's straight, and you go for the combo that way. So you actually have a lot to do with this entire hand. Now, what you've got to keep in mind is you can't Imperial Boa after you Galaxy Soldier, because then you've got a monster on the field, and annoyingly, Imperial Boa is one of them cards which is so good, but it's one of them cards that says you need to control no other monsters. So, the first thing you're going to do is normal summon the Boa and attempt to use the effect to tribute to summon out 2. Like I've said, if this does get stopped, it is not the end of the world, so you can keep on going. If you are massively fearful of a Nibiru, maybe gain 2, then what you can do is you can overlay and go into Tractrix for Flesia, and then that protects all of your plays going forward, because you have conducted technically 3 summons as of this point. Now, if you wanted to, you could bring out Jack's Knight, and that would give you a Pallades later on in the combo. But what we're going to try and do, ending here, is we've got the ability to pretty much go full combo with the Isolde, but we also have the ability of adding an Infinity to that board as well. So there's a lot for you to play around with, depending on which route you want to go. All you need to keep in mind is that your Joker Straight is going to be the last thing you do. Now, you've still got the play with Joker Straight. So if everything went badly and you did activate your Galaxy Soldier, built up your entire board, your opponent Nibiru's it, you've got Joker Straight to fall back on, which is going to give you 2 monsters, which means you can pretty much end your board on like a Verti Anaconda if you wanted to go that route, or it can lead you into a Link 2, sorry, not Verti Anaconda, because you'd be locked under lights. It would give you the ability to try and play into some of your XYZs, but again, that really comes down to the route you want to go. We're going to go that there's no interruption, so that I can show you the max power of this particular board. Now, we're going to go route number 1, and route number 1 is going to be linking these two off to go into Isolde. Isolde will trigger the first effect to search, and what you want to do is you want to search yourself a follow-up play after this turn, should you need it, and go for an Immortal Phoenix Gearfried. If you wanted to, because you've got the Galaxy Soldier, you could add a light, and that just means you've got very easy discard fodder. You're then going to use Isolde's effect, and we're going to be sending the Gyarados from the deck to the graveyard to special summon out, wherever he is, right at the top of the deck, our Infernoble Knight, Renard. Renard is then going to add back the Gyarados. You're going to activate the Gyarados, which will then trigger to destroy itself to search you out a Fire Flint Lady. This is just going to give you another very free summon. So then you can special summon down the Fire Flint Lady. Now this is where you need an additional extender, because that additional extender allows you to carry on your plays. So in the normal combo you would want Joker's Knight, but obviously in this we're going to be using Galaxy Soldier. Now this is the point where you can choose to use Galaxy Soldier to continue the Phantom Knight combo, or you can choose it to make yourself a Infinity. Now, another option you have here is, because you've got these 3 monsters, you can go into an Appaloosa, and it's all kind of dependent on what you're playing and what kind of changes you make to the deck. So it's entirely up to you on the route you want to go. Now, going the Isolde route, in my opinion, is a little bit better because of the Joker's Knight as well. This will also give us the ability to end our board on a Rusty Bardiche plus a Fog Blade, plus the Utopia Draco Future. So that's the route we're going to go. So we're going to use the Imperials, the Galaxy Soldier. Now, it doesn't really matter which one of these two you do. If you keep the Imperial Boa, you've got a play to come back on should your opponent's entire board get nuked. If not, you're just going to discard the Queen's Knight, and that's going to search you out another Galaxy Soldier. You're going to be losing both of them to complete the combo of Galaxy Soldier if you wanted to. But again, because we're not going for the Infinity, there's no real need to do it. You're playing 3 Galaxy Soldiers, so by holding this back for your next turn, you've got the ability to go again should your opponent stop anything. So we're then going to use Isolde and Galaxy Soldier, and we're going to go into the Draco Master of the Tenyi because we need the 3 zones pointing down. You're then going to use your Fireflint and your Infernoble. Again, for an XYZ purpose, you did have the ability to make the rank 1 as mentioned previously in the profile. So then what you're going to do here is you're going to link into your Codebreaker Virus Swordsman. That will then let you special summon out your 0 Day. You're then going to link the 0 Day and the Virus Swordsman, and you're going to go into your Virus Berserker, and this is then going to bring back your Virus Swordsman and your Codebreaker 0 Day. Now, to overpay, you go with these two, and by doing so leaves you a level 4 for rank 4 plays later on, which is going to be important because of your Joker's Straight, so keep that in mind. You're then going to go into Rusty Bardiche. That will then trigger its effect to send, and obviously you want to be sending your Cloak, and this will send you your Shade Brigadine as a free extender. You'll then banish the Cloak to get you your boots. Wherever the list of boots is, there we go. And again, now you've got a couple of alternatives. If you wanted to, you can pretty much just special summon down the boots. Now you do need to get boots off the board, which is fine because you can make a 2 counter Appaloosa with these two right here. If you don't, then your other option is to, it depends if you want to keep a Time Thief Redo on the board, or if you're like, I don't really care, I'm going to pretty much just go all out anyway. So it depends on the route you want to kind of take with this on where you want to go further forward. Again, you still have the ability to bring down Galaxy Soldier again as a free extender. I'm just trying to grab the Appaloosa. As a free extender, so you're not even really kind of restricted by that at all yet. Your Joker Straight still needs a discard, which if you want to and you want to go all out, don't even care about follow-up, just literally say to your opponent, you break this board, you win, you don't break this board, I'm going to win. Then you can discard the Joker Straight off of the discard the Immortal Phoenix off of the Joker Straight. So you've still got loads to play with. So what I would ideally do is I'd activate the Shade Brigadine, we'll overlay, move these out of the way of link zones. Because then if I change my mind last minute, then I do have the option to change the redoer or just use the redoer as XYZ material should I want to. So that, yeah, from this point here, you've got the ability to activate Joker Straight. Now keep in mind that by activating the Joker Straight, you're not going to get Jack Snipe because you haven't got enough zones on the board. That's where Galaxy Soldier can also come in as well, but you do lock yourselves into Light Warriors. So if you wanted to, you would need to get Galaxy Soldier on the board first, but then you would miss timing on doing half your stuff as well. So it's very, very difficult to kind of get exactly what you need and where you want to go. So if you wanted to, and you wanted to make a few more zones, you use Draco Master and a Tenyi and a Silent Boots, and you go into an Appaloosa, which gives you a 2 negate Appaloosa already. That then means you can banish the boots. It does free up 3 of your zones as well. You can banish the boots to set yourself a Fog Blade, so you've got a bit of back row interruption. There we go. Obviously, if you went the Link route, then you didn't need to set the Shade Brigadine. You could have a second Fog Blade here. It's again entirely up to you. Now it's up to the route you want to go. Now what you could have done, you needed an additional monster, but if you got Galaxy Soldier to the board, you could have gone for a different Link monster instead of Appaloosa and kind of changed that up a little bit as well. So, I'm going to maintain my resource in this one particularly. So we'll go with Joker Straight. I think the best resource for me, I don't think my opponent's breaking my board, so I'm going to get rid of the Imperial Boa. Then what we're going to do here is Imperial Boa will let you special summon out Queen's Knight, which will then let you add King's Knight, which will then be normal summoned, which then means you can use King's Knight to special summon your Jack's Knight. Now again, you still have options here because you are locked into Light Warriors, it's not the end of the world. You overlay Kings and Queen, and you go into, ideally, Pal Dynamo, just because it's a little bit more defensive option. And then you've got the option here. Now, it's not ideal because it's not going to interact with your opponent. So interacting with your opponent right now, you've got a Fogblade, a Redo, a Bounce, and you've got a 2-negate Appaloosa. If you don't want the Redo or Bounce, then obviously you can overlay both of those two into a Utopic Future, into a Utopic Draco Future, which just gives you more monster negates. Now, obviously, the reason you've got the bounce is a little bit more generic. You can just pretty much take back anything, and you're going to steal a card from the top of your opponent's deck. So if you get a card that is a spell and you get an additional draw, great. It also means that you could jump Redoer out at any point, just to kind of give you a bit more protection. So you could probably leave it like this. You could go into Excalibur if you wanted to. It really doesn't matter. The only issue is that you're locked into Light Warriors. If you wanted to, you could also just wall up and leave these here as you do. Entirely up to you. So that's one board. Yes, it's taken up 3 cards, and we did open up pretty nutty cards. But even without that, 2 cards gets you this, and this. And this was just all from that final card with the discard. So if you're not going to use it, again, you can maintain your resource and literally just hold it there. And all you've used is 1 card, 2 cards technically because of the Galaxy Soldier, and you're good to roll for the next turn anyway. So, yeah. Again, a bit of a long-winded first turn kind of combo, but I wanted to show you how far it could go and just kind of play through my trail of thoughts of the other alternatives and other routes that you could have taken that combo as well. Just so you can see that it isn't linear, which is very, very nice. It has those options of adapting your play depending on what style you want to take. So, we're going to shuffle up again, and then we'll do another test hand going first. And you can kind of see that in that particular combo like that, you also have the ability to go very aggressive. So if you are playing an access code, if you are playing a Boral Sword, you have that ability to extend that a little bit further to then go that extra line to get that extra damage on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, not bad. The Codebreaker is the only one that's a bit disappointing, purely because again, we've got full combo, so you can summon the Codebreaker from hand. It loses a bit of advantage. So you activate the Reinforcement of the Army, and to me, there's only one answer in going for this, and it's the Imperial Boa. Just because on his own, he's going to get you full combo. You got the Joker's Knight that's going to get you further as well. I believe in this combo, and I'll test it out. Let me just check. It can summon the Codebreaker from the hand. Yeah, hand deck or graveyard. I think we've got combo. Let's have a look. So we go Imperial Boa, tribute this off, bring out your King and Queen. You could bring out a Jack if you wanted to, that's entirely up to you. King and Queen. And then you're going to be putting these 2 into Isolde. Isolde can then add Gearfried as a follow-up. She will send the Duradol, so I'm just going to skip ahead a few bits as I go through the deck when I find the cards. So adding the Gearfried, sending the Duradol, summoning the Renard, add back the Duradol, activate the Duradol, get you your second Fireflint, not that you need 2, but it does give you that hand advantage back. Special summon down, said Fireflint, and this is where you need the Extender. So the Extender can be your Joker's Knight, send in King, Queen, or Jack, really doesn't matter. I'd probably send a Jack, just so you deck thing. You really don't want to be opening up Jack. He's just of no use to you whatsoever in your hand. He can become a bit of an issue. And then this is where you can pretty much combo off on the route you want to go. So we'll go the exact same route that we did before. So we'll go into the Draco Master of the Tenyi. Link these 2 together. Now it's not the end of the world. You still got the Codebreaker play, but obviously ideally you want the Codebreaker to be coming from the deck rather than coming from the hand. Just to make sure that you've got an additional monster in hand. Because I mean, like if that was Galaxy Soldier, then we'd be in a nice additional position right now. There we go, Codebreaker, Virus. Let's move them this way. 0 day. And then again, if you wanted to underpay or you just pay the exact, then you can use these 2, and it just leaves you with a Berserker on the board. But ultimately, I think you'd rather have the level 4 for your rank 4 plays, especially when you can follow up with Joker straight. You're in a much better position. Phantom Knights of Rusty. Rusty do its ting, send in Cloak, set in Brigadine. So at least Brigadine guarantees you're going to get that level 4 monster. Banish the Cloak, add the Boots, special the Boots, well out of the way. Let's make the Appaloosa to protect anything else going forward. There we go. Activate the Brigadine, use Brigadine and Codebreaker. Again, you don't have to, because they're 2 warriors. You could technically go into Heroic Challenger, but we'll go to Redoer, because then we've got the bounce. Banish the boots, get yourself a Fog Blade. And then this is where the Joker Straight comes in again. So, as you can see, we basically replaced in this combo the Galaxy Soldier, sorry, for the Joker's Knight, and then you get the full combo again. So ultimately depends on where you want to go, and if you add a Galaxy Knight to that combo, again you've got access to Pallades, so giving you a further quick effect bounce, which is always kind of nice. It's only disappointing if your opponent like literally doesn't put anything on the board and they just go Imperial Infinite Impermanence, but then if they're going to imperm you, they've still got to deal with an Appaloosa. They've got a Fog Blade that they've got to deal with. Like if they want to use their Cosmic or their Twin on that one Fog Blade, sure. And then if you wanted to go more defensively and you do just want to use 2, then use 2 Fog Blades. Cause them even more of an issue. Anyway, shuffling up, cutting, going into test hand number 3, but this time we're going to be going second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, interesting. I mean, it's not the end of the world because our normal summon can be king. So we've got the Joker Straight that can play. We can actually go very, very ham in this particular version because you can also make Joker's Knight the Queen's Knight. So there's a lot you can do with this. We are going to use Joker Knight first, sending Queen to make its name Queen. Then we're going to normal summon the King. King can then trigger its effect because technically Joker is the Queen, and it's going to bring out Jack's Knight. Now, straight away you've got the ability for Isolde plays, you've got the ability for... So you can go for the first combo again, because all you need is 2 warriors. So you can use these 2 warriors and go full combo. But I think on this one, I actually want to show... Let's show more of... I mean, the XYZ version can be pretty cool. Doesn't really... I don't think it gets you across the line. I don't think it gets you to the finish line. It does give you a very cool Utopic Draco future though. Can I go further than that? Just trying to think if I can. I need to ideally if I make Pallades. This is a situation that I haven't found myself in very often, so this will be interesting. So make the Pallades. This will give me Queen, King, and another Jack. So activate the Joker Straight, discarding the boots, and probably played a different way. Keep in mind as well, we've gone through 2 queens, so we're getting rid of all our queens. So Queen, add the King, additional normal of the King, effect to the King, bring out the Jack. So offensive wise, looking pretty decent. This is where I'm missing another level 4. Fine. That's where it makes it a little bit more tricky. Oh well. So, there's your Excalibur. No, and then we're missing another level 4. Do we have to bring down Jack? Oh no, Jack's the special from Day, so yeah, we kind of do. No, it's fine. Phantom Knights. Let's have a look at Boots. Can Boots bring in the Brigadine? I don't think it can. I think it needs to have the Sad Days. Oh well, we get a Fog Blade to back us up. But you've got a bounce of Pallades, you've got 4k off of Excalibur, you've also got 16 off of King, 19 off of Jack. If you wanted to, you had the ability for Arcana Extra Joker. You also have the ability for Starliege Pal Dynamo, which you detach 2 materials from this card, target a face monster your opponent controls, and make his attack 0, and if it does, its effect's negated, and when this card you control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you get to draw a card. So you could reduce a card to 0 and kind of play off the back of that. So this is one route. This is like the Joker Straight route, and obviously as you can see the sun has definitely come out behind me. Not ideal, but this is one that's more focused around the Jokers, and keep in mind you have the ability to spin the Queen back to add the Straight back to the hand as well. So again, there were other options, alternatives, just off of the back of the normal summon of the King. So like the special of the Joker, the normal of the King, giving me an additional Jack, would have given me the ability to go for like full Isolde combos without locking me down into anything. So I just wanted to show you a different route, and opening up Boots wasn't that bad because we'd still send Cloak, and then Cloak could then search us out one as well. So we'd lose a free extension. We'd still be able to special summon the boots for free. So yeah, wasn't the best, but wasn't so bad. Again, we were able to flood the board. Alright, maybe if they had interruptions, we would have been in a little bit of trouble. But even then, with monster negates, you still went through a Joker's Knight, you went through a King's Knight twice, and a Joker's Straight. So you're able to play through a few bits. Now again, if you wanted to, you could play Utopia the double. I wanted to spice this version up, and that's why I went with the Galaxy Soldier kind of play. But you know, Utopia double is not a bad card to do at all. So where we went to Excalibur, that could have easily been Utopia double, and then gone in for an OTK. So final test hand, going second, shuffling up, opening hand of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, 6. Oh, okay. It's not bad, but it's not it's not bad, but it's not the best. Like if this was an Imperial Boa, this would have been broken, because then obviously normal summon the Imperial Boa, use the effect Gamma to protect it. But even then, this hand still isn't bad because we've got 3 extenders. Like, we just do what we need to do. So, Joker's Knight, send in Queen, King, doesn't really matter. Might as well send Jack. Don't think there's any reason not to have Jack. We still have a normal summon, so we still have that ability to special summon down the Fire Flint. And because these are both warriors, you've got the ability to go full Isolde combo. Let's try and aim for the... Should we try and aim for the Draco Future? I'm not sure if I can... Maybe? Should be able to do it, yeah. Let's do the Draco Future play. So Isolde, add something you're not going to use this turn. So, Immortal Gilfried, use the effect to send Gyarados, which I'll find in a second. There we go. Gyarados, send it, add it, equip it, discard it. Bring out a Fire Flint. Oh no, we've already specialed the Fire Flint. Ooh. Oh, okay. That changes things up a little bit. Not massively though. Not massively. Fine. What a Draco Master of Tenyu. No, it's not really going to do a lot for us. Fine. Ah, no! Fire Flint Lady, you did not save us this time. Normal summon the 0 day. Use the Joker Straight. Discard the Gamma, because you don't really need it right now. Joker Straight will then give you Queen. Additional normal of King. King will then have the ability to special Jack. I was still one short. God damn it. Oh, that Fire Flint. No. Could have been the one. Could have been the one. Gyarados, it just adds level 5, doesn't it? Such a shame. Imagine if you add the Immortal Gearfried. Would have been so cool. Yes, annoyingly, we are missing a rank that could help us get somewhere, which is a real shame. So, this one isn't going to be as great as it could have been, I'm afraid. Excalibur. I mean, again, Utopia the double is perfectly fine as well. Yeah, this wasn't as great. Opening up the Fog Blade, and then opening up Codebreaker kind of hurt. Anyway, alright, let's do... Again, it wasn't bad. You still were able to swarm the board, which wasn't an issue. Let's do a final test hand. Let's do a bonus one, shall we? I'll explain... We'll do the first 5 cards. I'll explain what we can get going first, and then we'll do the second cards and explain what we can get going second. So you can kind of see how you can adapt from the same hand. So, cut these in half. Opening hand of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That hand's not bad at all. So from this bit, apart from him, he's annoying. You can activate Prosperity. If we did activate Prosperity, let's have a look at the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You take the Joker straight, like easy on that one. So I mean, if you didn't want to, you could still Imperial Boa. We don't have a free extender apart from the Galaxy Soldier, so these two give you the full Isolde combo. without going into an infinity, which isn't too bad. So, alright, so we'll draw for turn. We go into the Queen's Knight. We'll activate Prosperity. The only thing that difference here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is we get another Prosperity. Let's see if we can do it without Prosperity, so we don't do half damage, which we can do. So the Prosperity would give us a Joker straight, which puts more damage on the board, but if you're going to be doing half damage anyway, you're not going anywhere. So Imperial Boa, give you a Queen and a King. Could be a Queen and a Jack. I suppose that's the other reason of getting a Jack out the deck. King and a Queen. There we go. Those two into Isolde. So you'd be doing this going first or second. So our bonus card was a Queen's Knight, which doesn't really adapt anything. So Isolde, do your thing. Adding Gearfried. Send in Gyarados. Special in Renard, which will then quit the Gyarados, giving you Fire Flint. Special the Fire Flint. Your free extender will be your Galaxy Soldier, using your Jack's Knight. Searching you out another Galaxy Soldier. There you go. This then pretty much gives you full combo that you need. Go into Draco Master. Go into Virus. The difference with this one is once you get to Berserker, Berserker can actually start just popping back row. So, Zero Day, link those two together. Codebreaker. Codebreaker gives you this and this. I think Codebreaker Virus gets to pop some back row. You then can under, because I suppose because you're going aggressive, if you don't want the rank 4, you can do it differently, but you go with these two. Go into Bardiche. Bardiche, do your thing. We'll eventually end up setting a Fog Blade. We'll definitely be setting this. And Boots and Cloak. So, send Cloak. Set Shade Brigadine. Banish Cloak. Add Boots. Special Boots. It's the only downside of doing videos in the morning. The sun always wants to come out. Activate the Shade Brigadine. Make a rank 4. Now you can still make your Excalibur because he just requires 2 level 4 warrior types, which both of these are. Pretty sure this is a warrior type, isn't it? Yeah, so you can go into Redoer and bounce, or you can go into Excalibur for 4k. It's up to you on that one. And then you can link here. Again, if you were playing access code, this is where your aggression would come into play. So just imagine that this is your access code. Put access code down here, because you're going to have light and dark in the grave. So you've got 2 pops, you're going to be gaining 3k as well, and that's your aggressive push there. You've still got the ability after that, if you wanted to. So let's say we don't kill our opponent, right? Let's say we go defensive. Let's say, where we are. Let's say Redoer detaches to bounce one. We do some attacks. Access code does his thing. I mean, you'd probably go Appaloosa if you're doing that. Then main phase 2, activate Pot Prosperity. We've shuffled up the deck now, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not that great. Take the Galaxy Soldier. I suppose you take the Galaxy Soldier. Oh, if we just... I think, like, on hindsight now, this is where... So going second, this is a Queen's Knight. Which basically means... So if we've gone second with this, we've now got... then the Gear 3 should really be a light. Because then what you do is you discard this to summon the Galaxy Soldier, and then this is the light that you searched off of Isolde, so search out a light instead of a fire. You'd bring down the Galaxy Soldier, make Nova, make Infinity. Now obviously, that is with huge hindsight, because you're never going to know that you're going to have the ability to do that, and you're not going to have OTK'd your opponent. So, very huge hindsight. But yeah, that's kind of where that end board could go. Ultimately, like I said, if you make an access code, you should be winning. Like access code, so Reader would be bouncing a card. Access code would be destroying 2 cards. So even if you've cleared off your opponent's front row, you're then attacking him for 53, 21, and 24. So you should be able to game it from there. Anyway, I hope you kind of like this test, and I hope it's given you a couple of ideas on how to play the deck and a couple of routes to take. But yeah, if you have seen anything or any misplays that I made, then please let me know. I'm always open to learning and improving the decks and kind of just my general play style. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. As absolutely always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share. Till next time, stay safe, and happy dueling.
Looking to pick up your very own custom sleeves? Well, look no further. Go to yourplaymat.com where you can choose to have your very own image on the back of sleeves, or you can choose from their amazing range of pre-designed artwork ready and waiting for you. Get them shipped directly to your door and use the affiliate link and discount code down below to get 10% off. What are you waiting for? Go and grab your custom sleeves from yourplaymat.com.